Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Blood Bowl Chaos Edition Episode 1. In this episode we will be constructing our team from scratch. We'll actually select our team and then build it up. So we'll buy all the players, the different types of players, then we'll put it into a full season. We're going to do a campaign. That's what this series will be about, doing a campaign of Blood Bowl. So we'll run through a full season of Blood Bowl up until winning one cup, and then we can decide whether we want to continue going to get better and bigger cups, with probably more skulls on spikes and such. It's Blood Bowl, that's how it works. Or we can just leave it there. So, we'll crack straight on it. We've got the begin campaign, and then we are going to select the classic Blood Bowl rule set. Now, I'm well aware that you may not know exactly how Blood Bowl plays, because it's quite a niche game, but it's something I just genuinely love. So, I have no problems with that. I'm just going to explain the game in as much detail as I can this episode. The format for each episode will be pretty much the same after this one. Every episode after this, we will be doing one match, and then we'll be going through the process of leveling up our players and spending all the star player points and things like that. That's what we'll be doing. So we're going to do it on hard difficulty because we want a challenge, and we're going to call it Generic Campaign. Okay, that's what we'll call it, and we'll overwrite that save because I think it was on there. So, teams race. There are 23 races in the Blood Bowl Chaos Edition, and they all do different things. As I said, I'm treating this first episode as a bit of a tutorial for you, so... Right, Amazons. I'm not going to run through them all, don't worry, but basically they all do different things. Amazons are very fast, very agile. They have agility, so they can dodge out of tackle zones and things like that, and basically run with the ball, but they can also do a lot of fighting as well. Dwarfs are just bricks. They just wander at you at the speed of granite rolling down a hill. Actually, that would be quite fast because granite's really heavy. Maybe glacial speed is a better term, or maybe fault lines shifting. Goblins are, yeah, they're like a silly team. They have bombs and such. We're not going to do one of them. Basically, they all do different things. There's some more fighty, some more football-y. I'm going to pick Vampire, primarily because it's my favourite team, but also because they can do a bit of everything. Vampires are pretty much, they can do a bit of everything, and they're very interesting to play. They're not the easiest thing to coach because of their downsides, and I'll get to them later, but I think they're just going to be an interesting... I think they're going to be interesting for a full season of it. So we will pick our logo, which will be that one there, because I like the look of that one. I think we'll go with, what colour we can go with? We'll go with very black coloured, but I don't like that. Well, it's alright, but you can't really see them. White looks quite good, actually. On that as well, especially. That looks quite good, doesn't it? But I think we are just going to stick with red, because it's, yeah, bright red and such, and we get red streaks down them. Yeah, we're going to have that then. We like them juice and bloody. What? I'm just going to keep randomising that, because I don't like that. Playing for high stakes. I like that. We're going to go for playing for high stakes. The team name will be the Dark Bite. Okay? The Dark Bite. And we're going to begin a campaign. So, we need to select our stadium. Okay? And this is basically the full cup that we're taking part in, the competition. So, we have to go for the clean cup. Now, what happens is, every time you play, you will get a certain amount of money, and your prestige will increase or decrease depending on whether you win or lose, okay? And depending on what period it is, currently it's period 1, and how much prestige you have, you can enter different sort of arenas and do different different campaigns, so run through different tournaments. So this one here, that's the actual Blood Bowl in the middle, but you need 320 prestige. Not very good, right? And you need it's in period 4, sorry, period 5. So we can only do the clean cup at the moment, so we're going to take part in that campaign. Excelente. So, we need to build our players. We need to build our team, buy the players. Do you want to have... You've got no players. Do you want to buy any? Yeah, I want to buy some. Definitely. So, vampires, they only have 2 players. They have thralls, or thralls, however you would like to say it, and vampires, okay? Now, there's different modes of playing vampires. You can either just go for 6 vampires and go, haha, I'm really rock hard, and then understand that some are going to be sent off because of their bloodlust, their ability, their skill. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through each of the player and basically describe what they do. Thralls, first things first, movement 6, strength 3, agility 3, arm value 7, crap, pretty much down the board, right? But they are 40,000. We have 1 million to spend, okay? We have 1 million gold crowns, 1 million generic credits to spend on this. They are 40,000 only. Movement 6 is pretty much average. Strength 3 is average. Agility 3 is average. Armor value 7 is under average. I think the average is about 8. So, they are very squishy, but they're also very cheap. Vampires, on the other hand, are very good. Movement 6, which is standard. Strength 4, which is above average. Agility 4, which is over average. But what is good is that they have both strength and agility is 4. You normally get one or the other. Arm value 8, which is about average as well. They are very expensive. They also have a couple of skills. They have Bloodlust, which is their downside skill. I'll get to that later. Hypnotic Gaze, which only they have, and I think one other star player has it. And it allows them to hypnotise a player that they're next to, and then that player won't be able to tackle people out the way and such. That's pretty good. And they have regeneration, which means when they get hurt, hopefully they can go, "Ah, my arm's broken." Click, "Oh no, it's healed." And that, you know, it stops them being killed. Basically, is a very, very good thing. Bloodlust is their downside. Basically, there's a 1 in 6 chance when we activate them that they will go "Ah" and want to bite on a thrall's neck or a thrall's arm. And if they don't do that, they get sent off. So that's their downside of vampires. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go thralls. Actually, no, we'll do vampires first. So we'll go to vampire here, and we can have a look at them. And I want to get, I think I'm going to go for 4 vampires. I'm going to select the skin of, I think 6, because it puts this like black bit around there. All it really does is change with the actual skin, as you can see. So they've got like a white shirt on, they've got a dark shirt. We're going to go with dark shirt. I'm going to go shape 2, which is glasses, because obviously vampires, they can't come out in the day, so we need some sunglasses on, otherwise they won't be able to see and they'll burn. Count Rex Youngblood is our person there, so we're going to buy that person. There we go, that's one vampire, and we're going to do the same. Duke, what? Waka von Karstein? No, it's a von Karstein vampire. Tough guys. Right, there we go. We'll buy that. And then we'll buy a couple more. And Duke Zorak von Sartosa. Don't know. I've never heard of Sartosa vampires. And then one more vampire. We're going to go for 4 vampires. There we go. And this is Whittlesaw the Handsome. Very good. There we go. And then thralls, we don't really care what they look like. I'm just going to buy 7. You need a minimum of 11 people on your team when you start. There we go. I've got 11 players out of 16. So we're going to go back. So we have 280,000 generic units of currency left over. I'm going to go to rerolls and buy 4 rerolls. Allows us obviously to reroll dice when we're in there. And we are out of money. That's it. See, there's different tactics when going for vampires. You can either overload your vampires, well, your vampire team with vampires, so you can just say, right, we're going to have 6 vampires and accept the fact that they're just going to wander off, right? But you are very, very strong and tough and agile and such because you've got 6 vampires. Or you can go the other way and have 3 vampires and have 5 rerolls. I think that's a little bit too far that way. I prefer the 4 and 4. So 4 vampires, 4 rerolls. That's what I tend to go with. Anyway, let's just display team, and you can see there's our team. Excellent. Nice sip of beverage there. We're going to go to, I'm going to click quit, but it's not actually quit. We're going to go save without quitting, and we'll save that. And now, I think we'll do our first match. Prepare match. We're going to be versing the Dwarves. The Bricks. So, their team value is 1,300. Mine's 1,000 because it's a starting team. So I need to get some inducements, okay? Basically, this is how the game evens the things out. Have we got a limited amount of time? No, we don't. Let's have a look at their team roster. They've got some blitzers, which are ones that run at you and hit you. Runners, which obviously run with the ball. Blocker, which block you, and a troll slayer, but only one of them. How many rerolls do they have? I do not know. I don't know. I don't actually know how many rerolls they have. But either way, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to our fair play. Actually, do I want that? I could get a wizard. I am a big fan of the old wizard, and you can blast the lightning bolt down at people. Or we could go for the halfling master chef, and I think I'm going to go for that. Now, what that does, it's 300,000, and that's all I've got, so that'll be my inducements only. We will start the match, so here we go. They have a total of 2 rerolls, okay? What the Halfling Master Chef does is you roll 3d6, basically. Obviously, this is all simulated because this is based off the board game. But it will roll some dice, and then it will take rerolls off them, and it can give them to you. That's not strictly true. You can get more rerolls than they take off them, and vice versa. But yeah, basically, you will get more rerolls, or you can get more rerolls, and they can get less rerolls. So hopefully, if I roll good, they won't have any rerolls at all, and they've only got 2 to start off with. So, very first match, I think we're in Marienburg by the look of it. It's actually a ship. It's one of my favourite looking stadiums because it's just a big ship with 2 ships alongside. I think I mentioned originally this is a bit of a stupid idea, putting on a boat. When you think about it, it's a very good idea because instead of building stadiums, you just sail the ship around the coast. It's fantastic, right? So, I have to choose the coin toss result for setup. I'm going to pick tails, and I've won the toss, so I can either choose to receive the ball, or I can kick the ball. If I kick the ball, they're the ones that will get first turn. I'm going to pick the receiver, okay, which means they set up first, which they have done. There's their setup, which is just a big line. Okay, And I need to move up. So, what do I want to do? I want to beat the living hell out of them in the very first turn. So I'm going to move everybody up like that. I'm not going to run too far up because there are blitzers on either side there. So I'm going to put these guys like that, and then I need some guys to support. I need some guys at the back actually to pick the ball up, which will be these thralls, and I think we'll accept that. So here we go. The very first turn of the first match of the first season. Halfling Master Chef. I received 2 rerolls. They've lost 2 rerolls, which means I have 6 rerolls, and they have, well, they've lost 1. However, the kickoff table has give them an extra reroll. So they have 1 reroll now and I have 6. But 1 reroll for them is fantastic. Excellent, the ball's landed where I wanted it to. I'm going to run my thralls right up here. Get inside the jab. There we go. Now, that's the easiest stuff. So, as I said, I'm going to try and treat this as a tutorial. Each of your players can do movement and actions, right? And once you've done them, they then go... You see the green, that means you haven't done anything with them, or that they haven't been activated yet. Once it's red, you can't do anything with them. So this guy, click on him, can't do anything with him. So I can click on any one of these, and you can see their movement is in green, so I can say, go there. Right-click once, and it shows you a path. And if it's got the dice bit there, it means that that's a go for it. So you can always go for it a little bit further, but on a roll of a 1 on a d6, that's a 6-sided dice, by the way, you will fall on your face, and it will be a turnover. Turnover is something you want to avoid. Basically, if anything goes wrong, it is a turnover, and you fail. So I'm going to pick my vampire, and then I'm going to hit this guy in front of me. If I use, say, this guy, you can see it says 2 dice. It's red, which means I roll 2 block dice, and they get to pick the result. Okay, so they get to pick which one it is. So yeah, that's bad. 2 dice white is good because it means I get to pick which dice we use. Now, there's 2 different types of hits in the game. There is a block, which is basically if you're in base contact like this, that's just a block. You can do as many blocks in a turn as you wish. There is also a blitz, which is that. Hang on. That, you can see there. That, however, can only be done once per turn. I'm just going to start batting these guys. So here's my first roll of hitting. So it's either defender pushes, so I just push him back, or both go down. Because he's got the block skill, however, I will go down and he won't. So I'm going to push him there, and I am not going to follow it up. There we go. And this vampire. And that's a good result. So I have either both down or defender stumbles, okay? So I'm going to pick the stumbles. I'm going to pick there. No, there, and not follow it up. So he goes on his face. Excellent. And this guy will hit him. We'll only go for a pushback. We will not follow it up. What I'm trying to do is just clear the line off. And again, we're not getting very good results. And that was a stand firm as well. I'm going to move this guy up to there. This thrall. And then I'll get the vampire hitting him. Oh, there we go. There's double red skull. Attacker down, which means I fall on my face. I'm going to re-roll the result. And it's not much better, but it stops me getting a turnover. We'll do that. And then... That's really bad. That guy's strength 4. That troll slayer's strength 4. That's not good. What I'm going to do then... That's 1 dice. 1 dice if I do that. If I go that way. I'll risk it. I'll risk it for a chocolate biscuit. It's worked out. I'm going to push him there, and I will follow it up. Batter, batter. There he goes. And then I'm going to crowd round the ball a little bit further here. And there we go. That ball is relatively safe. In fact, I'm going to try and... Do I try and pick it up? No, I don't, because I want my vampire to pick it up. So there's my first turn. You get 16 turns in total. You get the first 8 turns, and then you get half time, and then you do a setup. So whoever received will then be kicking, or, you know, the other way around, you understand? It basically swaps. Whoever received on the last turn actually kicks on the second half. The first half kicks on the second half. And yeah, you get 8 turns, then a half time, then another 8 turns, and then finish. Whoever gets the most touchdowns technically wins the game. That's the victory conditions, I should point out. Whoever gets the most touchdowns wins. However, it's not that simple, because if your guys just get pummeled into the dirt and you lose loads of guys, then guess what? That you've pretty much lost by default because you've got no guys left. That's how it works, right? So, he's hit me, and his results are both down, okay? He has got block, which means he's going to knock my vampire down. The git, which is not good. That was a risky maneuver for him to take, but he lucked out. He lucked out. But all the dwarves, as you can see, they've all got armor value 9 or above. The Slayer won't. The Slayer will have 8, which is weird because I don't know where his armor actually is. Maybe a massive cup or something like that. Who knows? A mithril cup he's got on. But yes, most of them have got very good armor, and also they have as standard block on pretty much all their guys. So anyway, let's get this this fella out the way. Again, stand firm's kicked in. I'm going to keep hitting. Oh my good grief. This is just not working at all, is it? Right. That vampire there. Bat him down. Push him to there, and I will follow up. Because then we'll move up, and then this guy can hit him for another 2 dice. There we go. Finally. Follow it up. Try and crowd it. And then we want to try and pick this ball up. And I'm going to use my vampire to do it. But what I want to do first. Let's go around here. See if I can get this guy. There we go. 2 dice. This guy's bullying me. And I'm not standing for it. So I'm going to push him out the way. I'm going to get my vampire up and try and pick the ball up. That will mean, though, that I have to dodge out of that guy's tackle zone. He has got tackle. Right? Which means that I don't get any agility. I don't get my... if I had the skill of dodge, I wouldn't get it. But I'm just a straight agility force. So it should be a 3+ to jump out, which it is. Pick up as a 2+. Piece of piss. So I've now got the ball. Excellent. I'm going to move then. This guy... Oh, that's wrong. Oh, bollocks. I thought he was going to run around the other way, but he didn't, and I've accidentally double-clicked. What happened is I tried to run him round in front, but he then got tripped over by that guy. I was trying to create a cage, but it's just failed now, because that guy's going to come in. But actually, it's not worked that bad, because there's still a person there, so nobody can get in there and hit my vampire. Oh, that's not good, though. It looks like he's whacked one of my guys, one of my thralls, and he's gone badly hurt. Badly hurt means that he's out for the rest of the game. He won't be here for the remainder of the game. Looks like one of my thralls is getting battered, and he's now being knocked out. This is not going well already. Look at him running around. Good grief. They're all running around. What I'm going to have to do is, yeah. What you really cannot do while playing dwarfs is you can't falter. You can't just stand around and hope things are going to work well. You have to go for it. You really have to push things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move these guys up and around. So here we go. Move that here. I need to go a little bit further, but it'll be a bit risky. We'll see. We'll see. I'll stand that guy up. And then I want to push him out the way. Good result. Follow it up. Batter. Get him down. There we go. Now this guy, this is the guy with the ball. Need to get him out the way. But how am I going to do it? Batter him. Excellent result. Push him up. And we'll follow it up. There we go. Then what we need to do is get a thrall in a position where I can bite him. Now, the thing is with vampires is that you really want to advance your thralls up where you know you're going to get a vampire to go, because I will get a bloodlust at some point. Haven't got it yet, and I've managed to dodge out that tackle zone, which is good. There we go, nice and defended. This guy, however, is not. Going to get a vampire to blitz him. There we go, which is only a pushback. I'll take that, though, and I'll not follow it up. Push him to there, and then I'll advance over to there. Okay? Once you do your blitz, you can keep moving. There we go. And this guy, we're going to dodge out the tackle zone, which we've passed, and then make a cage. As you can see, we've now got a cage around this vampire in the middle. Vampire in the middle, got ball. Good. We're heading towards the end zone. We need to get to the end zone. And I've got people around either side, which means nobody can just run in and hit that vampire there. That's what we're trying for. Going to try and jump out this again. No, we failed. There we go. Try to dodge out that one, it failed. That's going to happen, right? That's going to happen. I've still got 4 rerolls, okay? They've only got 1 left. They've only had 1 left from the start, so they haven't used any at all yet. So, these guys are going to try and knock my cage over. I reckon he's going to hit him. Oh, no, he's going to hit him, in fact. And he's managed to push me back. Oh, good grief. In and around all of these dwarfs, which is not good. Yeah, eventually he was going to go down. Yeah, you can see they're just punching my face in. That's what dwarfs do, basically. They get inside the jab and they work the body. They make sure that you can't really do anything and you're stuck. That's what they do. And then they just make a big steel wall. As you can see, they're just a big brick. They're just a big brick or dwarfs. And I can't play that game. I cannot win that game at all. So I need to get these guys out the way. I need to get him up there, which I have. There we go. And I need to get the thrall up there as well. But I think we're going to get another vampire up. There we go. So far, no bloodlust, which is always good. I want to dodge that guy out, but it's going to be a bit risky. So I move that thrall up to there. That's going to require a dodge, so I don't like that. I'm going to run this guy up to here. You should always really keep a thrall near your vampires, but I've got none spare and such. I'm going to try and dodge out. I've passed it, so there we go. And do I want to keep going? I think I don't actually need to. I'm going to probably bat that guy's facing if I can. So I need to dodge out, which I've failed. I've rolled a 1, so I am going to re-roll it, which I've failed the re-roll. That's a shame. So I'm on the deck again. And as you can see, turn over. So, it is their turn 4. And I'm fairly certain they can't stop me now. I don't think they've got the movement. That's obviously Dwarf's downside. Their movement 4 is standard. So they can't really do anything. They're too slow to run places. Obviously their runner... Where's their runner? They do have a runner somewhere. There's their runner. Their runner is movement 6. It's just a runner. That's their runner. My normal guys are movement 6. People like Amazons get movement, you know, 6, 7, and 8, I believe. You get War Dancers, which are movement 9, I think. Something like that. It's crazy. Obviously, if you play like the elves and such. Right. This is a win. Easy. Oh, well, I say a win. It's a touchdown. Get the thrall up there first. Then get the vampire over there. Didn't fail the bloodlust. And touchdown. Excellent. Not bad at all, indeed. So, we will skip the celebrations and we will exit all of that. We don't need to see any of that. So, I need to arrange my people before kicking off. I'm kicking off now, which means they attack first. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring down all of my players because I do not want a big load of... I just don't want a big line of stuff. Now, what I do want, though, is some sort of defensive line. See, every player has a tackle zone all the way around them, okay? So if anyone tries to run through it, they have to do an agility check. If they fail, they fall on the floor. So I need to maximize that, which I think I've done there. There's a bit of a weak point in the center, but that's only because I've got 9 players left. As you can see, one's out for the count all game, and one that might turn up. After every touchdown, you do get a roll, and obviously that failed. So here we go. There's me booting off. And it's pouring rain, -1 modifier to applies to catch, intercept, and pick up rolls. That's actually good for me because I'm already up on points. I've already got 1 touchdown, which means they're gonna have to try and pick that ball up at -1. They're already the agility 3 is standard, so they're not too bad. But looks like they managed to just pick it up anywhere. It means they're not going to be throwing it anytime soon. That's the good thing. Anyway, this guy's coming in to hit my vampire. Yeah, he is, and he's pushed me out of the way. But he's got frenzy, which means he had to push me again. There we go. He's knocked me down. And they're just knocking all my players out now. That's the great shame with the thralls. They do fall over. Ah, speaking of fall over, there you go. That guy tried to run through the tackle zone that I mentioned earlier, and he bit the dirt. So, they're over there. I need to get to them as fast as I can. I actually can get a thrall running through here, and I'm going to start running my vampires in here. Ah, there's a bloodlust failure, right? So I failed the bloodlust, I've got a 1. If I re-roll it, I might then pass it, that'll be fine. If I choose not to re-roll it, it means that I have to bite a thrall at the end of my turn, otherwise I fall over. I am not going to re-roll it, because I plan on going up here. I need to go for it once, so I need to roll more than a 1, which I've passed. Then I'm going to leave it there, and I'll push my luck a bit, which I've done. Then I'm going to end my action, and then I need to pick a thrall around me, so I'll pick my own thrall, and I've knocked him face down, okay? But I didn't end my full turn. So, let's get that vampire... Oh, we'll get that thrall over here. And then we'll get him blitzing in here because I just don't... I want to get this Troll Slayer out, down and out. And we've got it. Defender stumbles. We'll push him to there. Batter, get down. There you go. Right. Then we're going to get this vampire over there. Just crowd the plate. These are strength 4, so you can use them to, you know, defend areas. And I'm going to get this other vampire up and then sit in base contact with that blocker. Okay? I do need to go for it, which I've passed. And now I've got a couple of cheeky 1 dices. I'm going to have a little cheeky 1 dice here. It hasn't worked. I'm going to re-roll it. It didn't work again. So I've not only got myself punched in the face, I've also got knocked out. So I'm off the pitch. I've got 1, 2, 3. 4, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people left on the pitch. This is not good. This is one of the problems with the vampire teams, but I really like them because they're very, I guess, universal. You can do a lot with them, and they're just fun to play. They're fun to coach. Nothing else really plays like them. And I'm not a big fan of having 17 different types of players that all do slightly different things. I just like the binary combination of vampire or a thrall. And that guy tried to go for it and fell on his face. So I'm going to hit him. Good result. Again, push him towards it. Bang, get down. There we go. Then I get my thrall to run over here. Now, I'm going to go for it. The reason for that, I want to be in base contact with a ball carrier. I've passed it. Then I'm going to get my vampire to go and bat that guy in the face, right? Hard and fast. Here we go. 2 dice. I choose the result. Perfect result. That's defended down. Basically, there's no defense against that at all. And I will follow it up. Bang! And the ball's just been dropped there. Fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted. This guy will hit him. And we'll follow it up to there. Good, good. I'm starting to knock him down now. That vampire is going to do 1 dodge out of it and then trying to pick the ball up, but it's a 4+ to pick up because it's in his tackle zone. I didn't pass my dodge anyway. I'm going to re-roll it. I passed it, but failed to pick the ball up, so the ball gets bounced around and then it's placed there. That's not too bad because I've got several players around here. I've got 1 player there to stop them there, and I've got 2 back there as well, so that's in my favour, that one. And they only have 1 more turn to score. So the chances of them doing anything now are slim because of the rain. So hopefully they won't be able to do anything. And they attacked me and then went face down. I don't think I'm going to be able to score again, because this is my very last turn. It is possible. It is technically possible for me to do this. But it is fairly unlikely. I would need to blitz that guy out of the way. Get that guy to pick up the ball, move there, pass it to that guy, and he run off. Shall we try it? I'm really tempted to try it. Yeah, why not? Right, you hit him. Here we go. We'll see if this works. There's no way this is going to work. I'm just pointing this out now, right? I know this is not going to work. I'm going to push him back. I'm not going to follow up because I can't. Right, so that guy. Stand the vampire up because we can. Make sure we get this Thrall standing up as well, again, because we can. And then this guy needs to dodge in there and pick the ball up, which is failed his dodge. I'll re-roll it. He's passed it. And then we need to dodge over here. 2 dodges, yeah. We need to do 3 dodges, for Christ's sake. There's no way that was going to happen at all. But the ball has been put even in a more favourable position for me as well. It's back there. Excellent. So, he's hit. Oh, good grief. There's a badly hurt again. So, I'm definitely going to be playing with at a maximum of 9 players in the second half. Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Looks like they've picked the ball up. If they can fling it to him... Nah, they can't. Because they've just done another action. So that's their turn, basically. They're going to spend this next turn... Well, this turn now just beating my players to a pulp. Apparently not. They tried to go for it and failed. That's a turnover. That's turn it for them. Turn it for me. And that's half time. Excellent. So we're going to have some oranges and such. Today's beverages, actually. Fresh orange. So, they're my players. There's 2 that are not coming back. And there's 3 knocked out, which we have got back up. Good. Because otherwise, I'd be playing with 6 players. It would not go well, would it? So, again, organise my players before kicking off. I'm going to bring the vampires back. I do not want them on the front line because they get the first turn at beating me to a pulp. I'll put the vampires like so. Get them in a big line. And then we will put a bit of a defensive... I'll put them like that. I'll stagger them a bit. There we go. That seems about right. So I'm kicking off. And, yeah, we'll call it there. Accept that. And have a good second half, computer. Whack the ball. And, again, my Halfling Master Chef kicks in. I've gained 2 rerolls. They've lost 2, which means they have no rerolls. And then the kickoff table is brilliant coaching for everybody. Both me and them get an extra reroll. I've got 7 rerolls basically now. I can roll. I've got a reroll for every turn, but 1 of them. You can only use one reroll per turn, obviously. Looks like they've picked the ball up. It's still pissing down, which is good for me. Minus one to catch, intercept, and pick up. So that's not bad. The problem I have now is that they are caging right up. Really caging up. Looks like they're trying to dodge out the way. I don't know what tactic I'm going to use here. The current tactic is just cover them in blood and hopefully they'll slip up. Right. I think we're going to have to go for a... Just slow down. Just slow them down. And hopefully they don't actually get anywhere. We'll see what we can do. By the way, I haven't pointed out, this series I might not win it. I might not actually win the cup. It's about the journey, not the destination, though. That's always my thoughts on the matter. Anyway, so we're going to stand these people up at the front, these thralls, just to again to make sure that there's a bit of a defensive line there. And then what I want to do is really think about getting some people around. And maybe even break this cage up a little bit. Problem if I do that though, it's going to be a bit ropey. That's a go for it roll. That's a go for it roll, but then hit. I'll do that. I'll see what happens. So I need to get a 2+ roll, which I've passed, and then hit them. No, I haven't. I've failed it. I'm going to re-roll it, which I've passed, and then I get a pushback. I'll push him to there, but if I follow it up, I'm going to be in the tackle zone of 3 people. I am going to follow it up though, just because I think it's going to hinder them a bit. There we go. And then I want to get a vampire moved up to there. And then I'm going to use my throttle to hit that guy. 2 dice I choose. Worst result possible. Not the worst result. Attacker down and both down because he's got block. Basically, I'm going to... Yeah, that's going to happen. He's going to punch me in the face and then I go down. Not great. Not great. So, he's pushing my vampire back. This vampire is going to get pushed around basically until he goes on the deck. There you go. I told you it was going to happen quite fast. But it means he's had to use a couple of them to do that. But he's still going to run past. Look at that. Look at him go. However, he is in the open. Hopefully my vampire here can go in and get him. But we'll see. The problem is that I am 2 players down already. So I can't there's not much I can do to stop these guys now because they just got more players. What I'm going to do is move these from the left and just move them right up. I'm now playing with even less players because he's knocked another one out. This is just generally how it goes with the Dwarfs. Now, the thing is, I don't have to win every match to actually get a win for the cup. It's all about the overall, obviously. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is obviously hard difficulty and also on a team that is not exactly A-rated. So, he's hit me. I'm going to say you attacker down. I've knocked him down. Fantastic. Right. The problem I have is that my thralls are just falling down constantly. Oh, there's me bloodlust failure. Do I want to re-roll it? Yes. Which I've passed. And then I need to move in here. This is where I fail my go for it roll. Oh, fate! You are a horrible mistress. Urgh. So that was a 1 in 36 chance of me failing that. Still happened. Is it 1 in 36? Something like that. Right. So he is pretty much going to get a touchdown now. I'm actually not too bothered, I don't think, because then it means that I get to receive the kickoff. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I can't stop him. There's nothing I can do to stop him. I mean, he's just gonna, yeah, he's just gonna surround these areas now. I mean, I'm gonna have to get that guy to get into there is silly, and it's not even possible now because he's pushing me further in. That's a definite touchdown. Nothing I can do about that now. That's just well played by the Dwarves there. Well played. And he looks like he's crowding everything else, and he's going to stomp on my player. Come on, ref, see him. The ref didn't even see him either. Terrible ref. Okay. So it looks like he's spreading out. Stand that guy up. Stand this guy up. Go on to there. And then we'll basically do some cheeky 2 dice blocks, which aren't that cheeky because they're not really very good. My dice rolls haven't been fantastically well. There's a bloodlust. I'm not going to re-roll it, and I won't do a other action. I'm going to bat him 1, push him to there, not follow it up, and then bite the thrall next to me, which is why I moved there in the first place. And I've knocked him out. That's not what I wanted at all. We'll just batter this guy in the back. Why not? Just because he's annoying me. And again, terrible, terrible rolls. 2 dice, and I'm not really knocking them over at all. Get him over there. It's going to be a go for it, which is a 2+, which we've already seen. I've failed several times already. There it is there. I'm not going to re-roll it because I can't be bothered. I don't want to waste a re-roll. Remember, I've got a re-roll for every turn apart from 1. There's the touchdown there. There we go. There's the Dwarf touchdown. That's the equaliser, so it's 1-1. 1-1. So we'll skip that. And I've got 1 guy back. And it looks like I will be receiving the kickoff, which means I'll be punching. So that's their setup there. What I'm going to do then is see if I can get a fairly chunky line up here. And I'm not even going to bother about the flanks. I'm going to get 1 vampire there. Get a vampire up the front. And this will be my bashing area. And then we'll put a guy just there because I can. And then I'll accept that. The idea is to pick the ball up and just put it in the centre. And then just hold it, to be honest with you. I don't think... a nice purple bit of bullet ball weather. It's gusted. It's gusted off the pitch. So I'm going to give it to any player, which is going to be the player right in the centre. Excellent. So, That's good. It looks like the sun's come out, so a nice perfect Blood Bowl weather. The weather has changed. Right, let's start batting people, shall we? My objective is to... I should have pushed him there. That was a mistake. That's good. And we will not follow it up. Batter that. That guy's going to go there. No, he can't. I'll push this guy in the face. I am going to reroll that because I want a better result. Perfect result. Bat! There we go. He goes down. And then I'm going to start crowding this vampire. Alright, the point is I need to... Can I go there? Yes, I can. I need to get a nice cage up here, which I am managing to do. This is all my players in one big block, and then end the turn. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm going to be doing now. I will happily go for a draw. If I can slowly scoot up, then I'll go for that. Looks like he's knocking me out. I'm just losing players left, right, and centre. That's the problem here. I'm just getting bashed to death. I mean, technically the vampires are already dead. Oh my good grief, that guy's knocked out. I don't think I can stop him now. I've just lost too many players. Oh god. Right. I'll see what I can do. They've done all of their blitzes. They can only do one blitz a turn, remember, so... We'll see. We'll see. Looks like they've ended their turn. Right, so we'll just start from here. And push back. I'll push him out to there, like so. Then we're just going to go for 2 dice. And we're just going to keep pushing them and keep following up. And it's all just pushbacks. 2 dice are choosing. It's all just pushbacks. It's just not working so far. It's not working at all. This guy. This guy in there, I think. Then that will be still a 1 dice block. One of them's got guard. Yeah, he's got guard. That's what the problem is. So 1 dice. Oh, actually a good result for once. And we will not follow up. Bat him back. We could cheekily get this guy on a 2 dice. Whack him there. Not follow it up. And then run back. It's a bit cheeky that, but we'll do that. End of match imminent. I know, but there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about this. Because they're just going to keep doing this to me. And they're tougher than me. So, just by attrition, they're going to take me out. They haven't got any rerolls, so every time they do something, it's a bit risky because they have to accept what they get. So that's one good thing, I guess. But I don't know what I can do. I'm just sort of in a... I'm just stuck now. The fact the computer knows this, I think. It's just sort of standing it around going, yeah, what can you do? Nothing. I am starting to bat them down, though. I mean, it's not working out too well, but still, I'm batting some of them down. And stand firm. Yeah, I'm just going to stand here. This is all I can do, but, you know, they haven't got much. Ah, yeah, it's when that... See what I mean? How many players have I got left on the... How many players have I got left on the pitch? Not many now. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4 players left on the pitch. This might be a very, very short series. It really might be a very, very short series indeed. Good grief. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose the first match of the series, because that's just setting the entire tone wrong, isn't it? At least, so far, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I was going to mention something about no serious injuries, but no, I'm not going to mention anything like that because I know it's going to go completely wrong if I do. I want to go there and there. I want to get around the back, so he's going to have to run all the way around. It is a go for it, but I have got a reroll, which is fine. I've done that. Get that vampire stood up there. 1 dice on him. Reroll it. Good result. Get on, mate. There we go. So I've got 4 guys on the pitch, right? This is their very last turn to score, which means... Unless they pass it to him and then run in, they can't score. Unless the game won't allow a draw. Sometimes, because of the way the ratings work, the game will say a draw can't be allowed, you must continue playing. And basically, you get extra time until the draw is, you know, over. Until one side has been chosen as the winner. Or determined to be the winner, rather. Not chosen, not arbitrary decision. Like, you're the winner because we like beards. It doesn't work like that. Right. Sip of beverage. Gonna move up. And what am I gonna do? Oh, excellent. That guy tried to dodge out my way and you got a pinched nerve for his trouble. Good. It's what you deserve, pal. So, might as well get me vampire. I'll get my my thrall in there. And then I might as well try and take the ball off him just to be cheeky. I've dodged out the way. This is a 2-dice block, 2-dice blitz rather, and it's worked out. And we'll just do that and see where the ball goes. Nowhere in particular. Stand that vampire up. I reroll his bloodlust, so he's not going to just run off, even though it's not going to matter. End of turn, end of game, end of match. It is a draw. The very first game of the season has been a draw, which probably means that this could, that if that set the tone for the season, that means that this entire season can go either way. This entire series can go either way. I have won 70,000 gold pieces, so have they, but that's not really my concern what they've won. But 70,000 gold pieces is quite good. I am immediately going to buy, I'm going to go to our team roster, and I'm going to purchase players and purchase another thrall. I can't buy another one, so I'll go back. So I've now got 12 players. Another thrall, which means I've got a spare. That's what I want. So, that is all of the... I think that's it for this episode. Quite a long episode and hopefully quite interesting for you. I know this is not going to be a very particular... I really don't think it's going to be a very successful series in terms of how many people will watch it. But it's going to be successful in how much I enjoy it, which I've done a video on this called the Blood Bowl problem, which you can go and watch, or you may have already watched that. If you're listening to this, I'm assuming you've already watched that video. But yes, there is the first episode of our series of Blood Bowl. This is going to be an interesting one, and I'm interested to see what the very next match will be, but we'll see next episode. As always, comments in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.